Hey y'all, it's Taylor. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a pregnancy update video. We are now at the halfway mark. I will be 21 weeks on Wednesday. It is currently Monday. By the time this video comes out, I'll probably be more so like 25 weeks when you're seeing this, just because of the way my filming schedule is set up. But make sure that you like, comment, subscribe, and share. And let's go ahead and get into my pregnancy update. So I am now 5 months. I'm 5 months pregnant. Some things are different. Some things have changed. Just to give you guys an idea of where I'm bumping right now. This is how we're looking. I am in Atlanta. It is July, so as of late, I've just been wearing a whole bunch of these like little dresses. I went to the Goodwill, my local Goodwill, and got like 5 of these in different colors that have pockets. Some are short sleeves, some are like a tank style. And that has just been helping me stay really comfortable. When I did get pregnant, when we first found out, I did get a lot of like medium sizes of things that still have a lot of stretch. But they're still uncomfortable, like bottoms and like pants and leggings are still like uncomfortable, even though I went a size up. And I typically don't like super tight clothes anyway. I can fit, well, before getting pregnant, I could fit an extra small, but it was just tight and uncomfortable, and I've never liked my clothes too tight. I can still fit some of my small stuff, but for the most part, even in these dresses, I try to do like a medium, just because it's hot and I don't want to constantly be buying clothes during my pregnancy. I have not bought any maternity clothing yet. I've just been going a size up and everything, and that's been working. And these dresses are so comfortable and convenient. And I don't really like wearing pants right now. I don't think my daughter likes to have anything constricting in that area, so the dresses are definitely the way to go for me, especially being in the South and with it being hot, honey. I don't want any pants. So that is something that has changed, because in my first trimester I was still rocking like my Fashion Nova lounge sets and things like that, but I haven't really touched them, especially if I know that I'm gonna be like out and about running errands. I'm just gonna throw on a dress. So that's something. I have my little list here of things that have changed. Let me get something to bear down on. Y'all know how I am. So I feel like I'm finally starting to show now, which is very exciting, because I've always thought that pregnant bellies were so just beautiful and sensual and just beautiful. So I'm happy that I'm starting to have a belly now. Blair is moving, y'all. She is moving. And this is the thing. She is a daddy's girl. She's spoiled. I don't really feel her at all during the day. I feel her in the mornings when I wake up, because she'll kind of like turn and flip and like adjust herself. But at nighttime, when daddy's around, when daddy's in the bed, that is when she is moving. That is when she is active in the middle of the night. My husband is basically nocturnal. So while I'm sleeping, they will be like playing together, which I think is crazy. Even when we had our ultrasounds and our anatomy scans, she does not move unless he tells her to move. So we are feeling movement, but it's pretty much only on command with daddy. She don't be stunning me. She don't be stunning anybody else, the nurses or anything. Like when they use the Doppler at the appointments to like check her heart, she will literally run to the other side of my womb. And I mean, she's a loner like her parents. She like to mind her business. She don't like to be bothered. So that's something. Something else that's crazy to me is I have experienced more nausea in my second trimester than in my first. I probably only threw up maybe like once or twice in my first trimester, and it was like little like egg yolk watery vomiting. It wasn't really anything. But second trimester, like beginning of second trimester, honey, I probably threw up like 3 big times. And that was crazy to me because they typically say, you know, once you get past the first, everything subsides and it gets better. But I guess she just wanted to be like, hey, I'm showing out, I'm here. But outside of those probably like big 3 vomiting sessions, it's been cool. So I just thought that was interesting. I finally started reading what to expect when you're expecting. I started reading this in the at the beginning of my second trimester, and I'm finally caught up to where I am the 5th month, approximately 18 to 22 weeks. So I'm going to try to finish this chapter within the next 2 days because I will be 21 weeks. I will be 21 weeks in about 2 days, and this chapter goes up to 22 weeks. So my mother bought me this book. She bought me this set. She got me What to Expect When You're Expecting and What to Expect in the First Year. My former boss also gave me the Wonder Weeks, and I have a birthing journal from my doula. So I am all into the pregnancy literature right now. It took me a while to get caught up because in the beginning of What to Expect When You're Expecting, it's very diligently laid out. But y'all, I was racking my mind trying to hurry up and read through everything and get caught up because the first couple chapters are like, are you pregnant, your pregnancy profile and lifestyle, 9 months of eating well, and then it actually gets into the first month of pregnancy and what to expect. So my mom told me to skip all of that, but me being me, like, I like to soak up information and just have stuff in the back of my mind just in case I need it. So I've probably been reading this for maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks now, and I'm just now caught up to where I am in my pregnancy. So I started the pregnancy literature. Something else that's been going on is I've been feeling very out of whack. Like, pregnancy brain is real. I was kind of already like a clumsy and forgetful person, which is why like I'm so type A about making lists and having a planner. But there have like legit been things where my husband has been like, babe, I told you this, or you said you're gonna do this, or like, y'all, I've just been forgetting stuff, and I have like these moments where I guess my brain is moving faster than my mouth, and I will literally like pause in the middle of sentences trying to figure out words. Pregnancy brain is very, very real. The forgetfulness, the brain fog, all of that. So I've been experiencing that. A lot of heartburn. I had a lot of heartburn, a lot of gassiness. That was always a thing for me. Like, I burp all the time. I'm passing gas all the time now, and the heartburn is real. So maybe Blair will come out with a head full of hair. I know my husband had a head full of hair when he was born, and my mother-in-law said that she had a lot of heartburn with him. My brother and I were pretty much bald when we came out, but our hair grew pretty quickly once we were out. Both my husband and I have thick curly hair, so the heartburn, and it hits me in like the middle of the night, y'all, like when I'm like asleep, and it will wake me up. I feel like we might have some issues with sleep training with her days and her nights, because I don't feel her at all in the daytime, but at night she be up, honey, and she be moving, she be kicking, and it's the heartburn. But yes, the heartburn and the gassiness have definitely, I would say, increased as my pregnancy has progressed. What else? Nasal congestion, which is, now I always wake up with a stuffed up nose pretty much. If not like every morning, like every other morning. And they say that is a side effect in the What to Expect When You're Expecting book because of, I'm assuming, hormones. So that's something that's like typically annoying, but once I start drinking and I get fluids and waters and like my hot tea in the morning in my system, it pretty much subsides. leg cramps have been a thing, and it's usually just like one leg. Again, this is something else that like hits me in the middle of the night. Like just one leg will like cramp up, tense up, like a Charlie horse, I guess. But again, it's not like too big of a deal. I just flex out a little bit and it's fine. But that's something that's been happening more and more. And I will say I do toss a lot in my sleep. Blair likes the left side. I'll get my pregnancy pillow and I'll sleep on the left side, but I'm trying to get comfortable on both sides just so my body will be a little more limber, I guess, for childbirth. So I'll try to start out sleeping on my right side, and then when she's over that and done, because her head is on my right side, when she's over that and when she's done, she'll kick me and that'll be my cue to roll over for her. So I try to start out on the right side and then end in the left side. So maybe as I'm tossing and turning back and forth, it may be causing my legs to tense and cramp up a little bit or whatever. So that's that. I still pee all the time. The increased urination has not decreased, it's probably increasing. So that's that. What else? I would say like I do feel the pregnancy glow, you guys. Like there was one point in my first trimester where my skin, like it was just like this patch on, what is this, like my forearm or whatever. It's just like a patch that literally was like crusting and drying and peeling off, and it was just kind of this side, and I was having like a few like pregnancy breakouts like right in the middle of my cheeks and here. And at that point, like during that 2-week period, and it was right at the end probably of my first trimester going into my second, and I felt so ugly. But that subsided. There wasn't really anything I could do about it. I just tried to stay as hydrated and as moisturized as possible. But now I definitely feel the glow, and I feel like so pretty and feminine and sensual and sexy and all of those good things. So, and I'm getting compliments when I like go out and run errands, which makes me feel real good. And my husband is great. He always, tells me I'm beautiful and all that stuff. So I'm definitely starting to feel like the pregnancy glow now. I don't have any stretch marks yet. I'm kind of indifferent. I feel like I try not to set like too many bodily expectations for pregnancy because my body is doing like this strenuous activity. I'm not trying to like snap back in a particular time frame or like put any unrealistic expectations on me or anything like that. I don't know when women typically get stretch marks. I haven't had any yet, and I've just been really trying to stay moisturized. My skin was pretty elastic and pretty normal before pregnancy, and I've always just been really into skincare. So I've just been using, my shea butter as normal. We also use the Hemp's lotion and shampoo and conditioner in our house, so we love that brand. And I'm almost out of my Hemp's lotion now, and I think after I use that all, I'm gonna go back to my kukui nut oil, because once Blair gets here, I do want to use that on her as her moisturizer. So that's stretch marks, updates or whatnot. If I get them, I get them. If I don't, I don't. I'm just trying, not to have too many unrealistic expectations as far as like the body goes, or beat myself too much about like what my body is gonna look like for the remainder of the pregnancy and postpartum. So that's that. What else did I want to talk to y'all about? Let me drink some tea. So our birth plan. So initially, ideally, the dream was for us to have a home birth, but home births are not covered by insurance in the state of Georgia. So we were looking at like $4,000 to $5,000. And then since we're delivering in November, like our due date is like November 17th, so like a week or so before the Thanksgiving holiday. So I had a really difficult time trying to find midwives because I did not realize that they basically, I mean, all of the ones that I was in contact with, they basically only work like February to like the beginning of November, and they take, you know, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's off. Like they do like a sabbatical or whatever. And the midwives that do work those holidays, they reserve those for existing clients who are on like their second, third, or fourth baby. They don't typically work with first-time moms during that holiday season, which makes sense because, you know, if you have a mom who has already given birth before, she kind of knows her body well. You know, does the baby typically come early, on time, late, those types of things, so it's less guesswork. But we didn't know that. And then the midwife that I did find, her reviews are great and her work was great, but I wasn't sure if she was a good fit for us. I just didn't vibe with her the way that I thought I was going to. So that was that. And then the expense. With our insurance, a hospital birth and a home birth would have come out to about the same amount. It was probably like $1,000 off. We estimated our hospital bill at like $6,000. We got an estimate, and then home birth, the quotes that we were getting were between like $4,000 and $5,000. So we did decide to opt for a hospital birth, just with it being our first baby and me not knowing what our body is going to do, and then with the price of the home birth and the hospital birth being, you know, similar. And then if you do have a home birth and something goes wrong, you have to go to the hospital anyway, and you could end up with like 2 bills. So with us not knowing what to expect, we decided that a hospital birth would be the best route for us for the first time. And then if we decide to have another baby, then we would know what to expect, and then we could also financially prepare for that home birth bill. We are in Atlanta, so we are going to be delivering at Northside, which is apparently the best hospital to have a baby. So we're very excited about that. We've heard great things and have done our research on their women's center and all that good stuff. So that is like our birthing location situation. Now, as far as the birthing plan, I do want to go as natural as possible. I don't want to get an epidural, you know, if I can handle the pain and work through it. We do have a doula. What would be ideal for me, y'all, is to labor at home for as long as possible, push the baby out in the car, and then come to the hospital and be like, hey, we have a baby. Just because I'm not a big fan of hospitals to begin with. I really don't like them. They just don't really seem inviting. There's no color. It's always cold. And then when you get into the whole topic of like Black mortality rates and Black moms giving birth, which is why we have a doula who's Black. But, you know, I feel comfortable at Northside, and I also really, really love our doula. So I do want to labor at home for as long as possible, and then maybe when I'm like 5, 6, 7 centimeters, you know, we'll go to the hospital. But I just want to be as comfortable in my home for as long as I possibly can. And then, you know, if Blair does come fast, then our hospital bill won't be super duper big anyway. There's a video on Facebook of a woman who pushed her baby out in the car and saved like a whole bunch of money on their hospital bill. And I also saw another one of a woman who pushed her baby out in the hospital parking lot, and they still couldn't charge her like a gazillion dollars. So that's the plan. Honestly, y'all, I'm just praying for a peaceful and healthy pregnancy with little intervention as possible. And I think what has been the most kind of exciting part, or the most joyful part, is I love feeling her move. I think it's just such the coolest thing in the world, but also knowing that my husband and I are about to be parents, and we have the opportunity to love and to teach and to guide this little girl who's going to be half of me and half of him. I'm very excited to be a mom because I think I have a great mom, and I have a great relationship with her. So if I can be half the mom to Blair that she was to me, I think that'll just be great. So yeah, y'all, those are the 20-week halfway mark updates that I have been experiencing. If you're pregnant or if you're trying to get pregnant, let me know your thoughts down below. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Make sure that y'all like, comment, subscribe, and share. And engage with me down below. Let me know what you want to see next, and I'll see y'all in the next one.